What we'll be doing, we will have a first introduction ourselves. We will also share Slido with you. I hadn't heard of Slido earlier, but thanks to the EDD, now I know what Slido is. But we would like to ask you a number of questions. What we'll be doing then is we will have a game instruction, which also includes a little bit about the origins of the game, where it comes from, who has invented it, how it is played. We will do a practice session. That means if you have to play a game, you will have to know how it works. And of course, how it works now determines on the technological environment in which we operate. So we use screens, we use keyboards, and we're going to have a set of cards, of course, digitally, that we're going to use. We're going to play projects, and the projects will change the world. You will see how that works. Yeah, then we will have a real game session. And at the end of the game session, you will have a world report. What is a world report? Well, you will be taking the world from now, 2021, until 2030, and we will see how it is that you together have been doing. At the end of the session, we will have a kind of reflection on the game itself, what you have learned, what are your takeaways for yourself, for your organization, and we would like to discuss a few of these things afterwards also, in order to bring that later on to another set in which we will share the experiences. Okay, so having said all of that, I have a number of warming up questions for you on Slido, and I'm going to ask Irina to share these Slido questions with you. Irina, are you ready?
Ready, they will pop on screen soon.
Okay, can you explain? I think maybe people will know how it works. This will not be the first time that you're doing this.
Here we go. So everyone just point your cameras at the QR code displayed here. This will bring you directly to the Slido poll. You needn't sign up. You just need to scan the QR code with your cameras. And you should already see the first question popping on your screen. Please fill in your answers, and you will see live how many of you answered and what the answers are.
Okay. Well, we have 6 answers. How many people do we have, Irina?
We have 22 participants.
Okay. I hope we get a little bit more answers. We have 9. Okay. What I can see from the 10 answers here, is that SDGs are really important for your organization. I'm very happy to see this. Some say quite a bit, but nobody says not at all or a little, which means that for most people here in this group, the SDGs are quite a bit or really a lot important. And I think that is good to know. Of course, this game is about understanding what it takes to achieve these SDGs, in terms of dynamics, in terms of interaction, in terms of behavior. Yeah, I would like to leave it at this, Irina. 30 answers is okay.
Yep.
Let's have a look at the second question. If that is possible.
Here we go.
Okay, we also would like to know a little bit about yourself. So you are a person working in an organization, but for yourself. So what is the last sustainability inspired decision that you have made for yourself? Curious to find out what that will be.
So this is an open question, everyone. So just type your answers.
Okay, great. Changing my car for the bike. Anyone else? be a vegetarian. That's a real drastic decision. Great. Okay. Okay, we have 6 answers. Okay, I see a lot of interesting answers here coming up. And I think this is also one of the things that hopefully will come out of the game. The game shows also what it is that we can do, at least to make a start. And it is not necessary that we change everything that we do immediately, drastically, and 100% differently, but maybe take a small step. And if everybody takes a small step, then maybe together we're making lots of steps. And so I would like to leave it at that for this moment. And I would like to go back to sharing my screen with you. Let me see if I can do that. Okay. Let me do this. Okay. First of all, I already mentioned to you quickly that this game has to do with a network, an international network, and it was founded by an organization called Imakokulava. I would like to say a few things about the name so that you have an idea of where it comes from. The word is comprised of a number of things, like now, Ima is now, rather than someday. Coco is here or myself, as in not somewhere or somebody. Labo, laboratory, where you expand something new. And of course, collabo is about collaboration. Now, if you take that all together, it is something like, don't expect that someone someday will take action for you. Take action yourself right here, right now. And I can see already that you're doing that yourself. So that is a key thing in the development of this game. The game was developed originally as a card game that could be played face-to-face in different environments. Corporations, ministries, municipalities, schools, open events. Of course, I miss here the NGOs, I miss here the European Union, I miss here all kinds of organizations, but basically this can be played in all kinds of environments. And it is also not necessary for you to understand everything there is to be understood about the SDGs, but it's more about what the SDGs can bring. Now, in the meantime, over 250,000 people have played this game in more than 20 countries over the last 4 years. Most of it, of course, in a face-to-face version. When the pandemic broke out, the network decided, let's go also virtual, and let's make it also an online game. There's a number of concepts also that I think is key in this game. Usually we look at an object and look at it from the outside. We are, in a way, we are detached from the object, which would be our usual worldview. We analyze, we look, we draw our conclusions, but maybe also it means that we don't really take a lot of action because we don't relate ourselves as part of this object. So Kizuki is about expanding awareness, meaning an expanded worldview where we look at the world as not as an object that we look at, but as something that we are also part of and that we interact with and that we can also shape and can change if that is necessary. And so from our usual worldview, we would like to go in this game to an expanded worldview. Okay, what does it have to do with the SDGs? Now, we all know the SDGs, and I think that you said already it is important for all of us, for our organizations. But when we look at the title of the document that has been adopted, it is about transforming our world. It's about the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. But transformation is key. That means that we have to rethink who we are, what we do, and of course, all of us together in partnerships. And so think about that part of the game. So the purpose of the game is not understand or get detailed information of each goal, the target, or the indicators that are there, Sometimes we talk about the targets or an indicator, and it's a lot of words, it's a lot of jargon, and it may also be boring. We are much more interested in actually why the world needs the SDGs at this moment, but also to think about, hey, the SDGs are there, so what does it mean to us? What can it mean to our organizations and to ourselves as partners in a possible process to transform the world in which we are presently working together? Okay. Having said all of that, I would like to share some basic information about the game. Well, first of all, the key thing about this game is that we will play the game. We will simulate the game, the world, and we will take the world from 2021 until 2030. We will see what happens to the world on the basis of our actions. So if we play the game, you will get a goal. And the goal will mean that you will be taking a number of actions, a number of projects. You will conduct maybe an infrastructural project, maybe you will engage in an environmental project. But in any case, these projects will actually contribute to you achieving your goal in 2030. At the same time, you will also see that besides you, there are many other people in the world, and each of you have different interests and different motives or different objectives in this world. Just like in the real world, nobody is the same. If everybody would be the same, if everybody would be interested in environment, then maybe the environment would be in a better shape than it is now. So we will simulate the world. There will be different interests, different goals, and we will be playing along. I hear someone talking. I hope that is this possible. Okay. Yeah. And it is key that later on, when you will receive your goal, you will realize that a success or failure in this game will depend on whether you will be achieving your goal or not. Okay. These are the goals that are present in the game. You can see there's a goal which is called acquiring wealth. There's a goal which is called enjoying leisure. That is people who like to have free time, spend time on the beach. Other people are more interested in a world without poverty. They spend their lives actually trying to combat poverty and making sure that there's an upliftment of the people who are living in poorer conditions. Then, of course, there are people who care about the environment, environmental conservation, and there is people who care about social justice, who try to combat inequity, inequality, and make sure that the world is a much more just place than it is now. So you will be getting these goals, and maybe it is good to realize that each goals collect different items. You will see that in a moment. If you are about wealth, you will collect money. If you are about leisure, you will collect time to spend on the beach, hopefully. Yeah, under these very difficult hot weather conditions that we're in at the moment. But if we're talking about world without poverty, then we're talking about principles. And so I'm interested in a world without poverty. So my principle is about making sure that people have access to financial resources that have a basic condition to live by. Yeah, and green principles. Hey, I'm interested in environment, I collect green principles. Or if I'm interested in social justice, I collect yellow principles. You will see in a moment how that all works. Okay. Having said all that, these are what we call intangible benefits in a project. So if you play a project and the project contributes to a better environment, you may collect a kind of green principle that will be beneficial to you if that is your goal. Okay, so why are they in the game? Well, they're in the game because they are linked to the goals that people have. Okay, so maybe something about the goals themselves. I know that I go quickly, but hey, there is always two parts in the goal that you'll be getting later. And we do a kind of practice game, you'll be seeing that. The first part is there's always a part of an item that you collect. So if you look at this environmental conservation, the first part is to collect 10 or more green principles by the end of the game. Yeah, and the second part of the mission statement or the goal statement is this one, which is to live in a balanced and thriving world. So later when you will be getting your goal card, you'll be seeing that your goal card has these two elements. Okay, so when you play the game later on, you will see that you have money, you will have time, which is a limited time until 2030, and you will have project cards. And in fact, you will see me seeing a game screen, which will look something like this, where you see to your left, you see your avatar, you see your goal, you see project card, you see the time and the money, and maybe the principles that you will be collecting. Okay, right, time, money, project cards. Okay, and in fact, it is relatively simple. The game is about spending time and money to run projects and achieve your goal. Of course, your goal takes place in the world. So you will be seeing that all the projects that you are conducting will have its impact on the world. Okay, run the project. Okay, I think it is time that we do a small practice session. So what I'm going to do with you now, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to share with you in the chat box a link to the game environment. Now, what you'll be seeing is a small menu. The first part is language. And as the game was developed in Japan, you will be seeing Japanese letters. Don't play the game in Japanese. I think that will be not so helpful unless you are Japanese, but you can play the game in English and maybe in Spanish if you like. That is also possible. And so select your language, put in your name and your full name, and also put in the name that you would like to be known by. And I'm going to now see if I can find the chat box here.
I've sent the link.
You have sent the link already. Wonderful. Yeah, so see if you can enter into the game screen. And then I'll be looking at, okay, I see Irina is already there. Let's see if you can enter in the game. And then I would like to show to you how it works. All right. Okay, wonderful. I already see 8, 12 persons, 13. Okay. Wonderful. How many people are there, Irina, at the moment?
We have 22 participants.
22 participants. Okay, so all in all, I have 4 times 4. I have 16 persons, which means there may be 6 persons who are not yet in the game. See if you can manage. I hope you all have a computer. If you have a tablet, then it may not really be possible to play the game. We should have explained that a little bit earlier, but if you have a tablet, then you will be able to join me at the back end of the game to see how it works rather than playing yourself. Okay, in the meantime, I have 4 times 4. I still have 16 persons. I don't see you all. 6, 12, 18, 22. Okay. 4 times 4, I have 17. 5 people are not able to enter into the room. Can you tell me who you are? If you are not able to enter, can you tell me? Can you let me know? I don't hear anything.
How many participants do you have now, Frank?
I have here, I have in the game screen, I have 17. So that means 5 persons are not there. I have Irina, GA, Cyrilla, Rode, Luca, Mark Chester. I have 2. Sonu, Denise, Greenfingers, Marcella, Stella, Yanis, Fanny, Kretam, Kibo, and James. And Fabio and Fabrice are not there, apparently. Hossam, are you there? Okay. Well, in that case, I'm not sure if you are not making yourself clear if you are there or not, and I suggest that we just continue. But it means that you will also not be able to play. If you listen and you would like to play, see if it is possible to enter. If not, then I'm sorry, but then your chance to play will be over. I don't hear anything. Okay.
No, this is Fabrice. I cannot find any link.
The link.
Or any
Okay.
screen.
Can you share that again, Irina, with Fabrice?
Yes, I will share the link now.
Okay.
In the group chat.
Okay, just click on the link, Fabrice.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. Are you managing, Fabrice?
Yep, I clicked on the link, just waiting.
Okay, and I don't see Hossam and I don't see Fabio. Fabrice, are you in the game?
Sam, I think we should continue with the demo because we need to break out into the breakout rooms in 5 minutes.
Yeah, but that is a little bit difficult if they haven't practiced that. So people should practice first. So let us practice. Okay, what I'm going to do with you now is for the ones who are there, and I hope Fabrice will be there in the meantime. Yes, Fabrice is there. I'm going to give you a goal. So you will all be receiving a goal now. So click on the goal and it will appear. You will be able to look at it and see what happens. I see, okay, number of people is getting the goals already. Wonderful. Denise, are you managing? Yeah, okay. And then I have to click myself as well. Okay, Kibo, are you managing? Kibo? I don't see Kibo having a. Fabrice, you're not managing to have your goal? Yeah. Click on the goal card, Fabrice. Yes. Okay, wonderful. All right. So everybody of you has a goal, which is great because that means that now I'm going to. Fabrice, you don't have your goal yet. Click on the goal card, please.
I don't see those goal cards off.
Fabrice, I'm waiting for you.
I'm afraid we will fall behind schedule.
Yeah, but I know that, but Fabrice is not clicking on his goal card. Fabrice, are you managing? And I cannot advance if Fabrice is not clicking on his goal card. Fabrice, are you managing?
He's having difficulties to see the card, I think. Is it possible to pop it up on screen again?
There's nothing clickable. I'm sorry. I should maybe leave the game. So
Fabrice, are you having a computer?
Yes.
Okay. So on your screen, you should be seeing a number of these purple cards. Click on one of them, and then you will be able to pick your goal card.
Yeah, that's fine. No, I don't see anything.
Okay, if that is the case, then do a refresh on your browser. Maybe that helps.
Is there a preferred browser like Chrome or Edge that works better?
Chrome, yeah. And I see graphic recorder, someone else has entered just now. Graphic recorder, please also click on your goal card.
No, I'm sorry. There's nothing clickable on the screen that I have, so I will leave the
Okay.
game. I think it's better. That's probably easier.
That's a pity.
Sorry.
That's really a pity, Fabrice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually save the changes, and then I'm going to redo this again. Then I'm going to reset all. That means that you will be out. I'm going to make sure that you're out. Just a second. Okay. Graphic recorder, can you leave the game, please? And Fabrice, can you leave the game as well?
I already left.
Yeah, okay. Maybe you
left
can
also.
try again, because I've redistributed the goals. Can you click on one? Okay. In that case, I've forced out, okay. It should be okay. I've forced out the game. So I'm going to distribute all the items to you now. So what you'll be seeing now is that you'll be getting time, money, and project cards and everything that you will be seeing. Okay. All right. I would like to show you a few things before we're going for the real session. Maybe you can have a look at my shared screen. I'm going to share my screen with you again. Have a look at that. If I can manage, yes, okay, sharing, okay. So if you see now, this is the game screen that you'll be seeing. I hope it is okay that you'll be looking at the game screen. So you'll be looking at the number of cards there. Now what happens is that I'm going to give some time here, maybe 10 minutes. Sorry, I have to do that here. Okay. So that means that now the game can be played. Now, what you will be seeing here is some information about the games and the project cards. I have 2 project cards. I can play this one, and I can run this one because there is no world condition. What does it mean? That means that if you look at the world condition meter, it says here 3, 3, 3. That means the state of the economy is 3, the state of the environment is 3, the state of the society is also 3. Now, if I would like to play this project, it says 7 or more on the environment. That means that the world should be ready if it is 7 or more on the environment. So I cannot play this project. I think that is key for you to realize. Now, this one has no condition meter, so I can play this game in any way. So I need just 300 in terms of time, money, and I need 100 in terms of time. So I can run this project by just clicking on Run Project. And that will cost me time, one time, and it cost me 300 money, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 300 money and 1 time, I confirm, and then the project is running. And so see if it is possible for you to run a project in the meantime. And so that is one thing. And okay, hey, I see Fabio already getting some running a project. When I get something back, you can see it, I get 500 money back. That means I have to hit the enter key. I get 0 time back. Okay, and I get a blue principal back, and I get a blue project card back. The world condition meter changes. There's one additional for the economy. The environment stays the same, and the society is going actually down with 1. Hey, that means that I have run the project. The world condition meter has changed in line with the information on the card, which is the changes in the world at the bottom of this whole thing. I have received money in return. I have received projects in return, and I've received the principal in return. So see if it is possible for you to play a project, and then we'll see if we can also get the game going in a moment. That's the first step. See if you can play a project. So look at your own game screen. I see Kibo playing a project. Wonderful, Kibo. Great. Yeah. If you cannot play a project, then that's a pity, because sometimes your project cards mean that you will need the environment to be at a certain level, and you cannot play the project, or you don't have enough money, then to play the project. So see if it is possible to play and go ahead. If it's not possible, then we come to the next step. I see Sonu is playing a project. Great, Sonu. Fabio is going strong. He's already playing a second project. Green Fingers is playing a project. Okay. Wonderful. You're getting the hang of it. Okay. And as you will be seeing while you're playing the game, you'll be seeing that the economy is changing, the environment is changing, society is changing. So actually, you will be shaping the condition of the world. When we look at the economy, we think of things like gross domestic product, stock markets. When we talk about environment, think about things as CO2 emissions, biodiversity. When we think about society, we think about things like equality, equity. We think about things like gender equality. So all those kind of things. Okay. And I see Sono says in the public chat that he has played all the money, and the money is 0. So, okay. Good point. Thank you for this, Sono. And Mark can't play anything because they cost 600 and they have only 9. Okay. Now that brings me to the second part of this. So in the real world, you can also exchange. Now I would like to quickly show you how that works. So maybe you have a look at the screen that I'm sharing with you. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the avatars, and I see Rode is there. Yeah, so I'm clicking on Rode. Yeah, and I can enter in the chat with Rode, and I say, Rode, I need money. Yeah, and maybe Rode says, okay, but then I need something else. If that is the case, yeah, what we can do is we can go to a transaction mode. Now, if I click on transact, I'm requesting Rode to enter in a transaction mode with me. That means that I can negotiate, or I can share, I can give away, and you will see how it works. Okay, we are in the transaction mode. Rode, I like your project finance card. I'm going to give you 300 money for that. Is that okay, Rode?
Perfect.
Perfect, 300. Okay, so I'm sending money to Rode by clicking on this. 100 money, 200 money, 300 money, and Rode, I hope you will be sending me this project card, Rode. Hey, Rode has sent me the project card. So that means you can transact in this way. You can share, you can give away, you can negotiate, whatever you like. See if it is possible for you to do this with somebody else in this room by first clicking on the chat and then coming to an agreement, maybe share money or time, see what happens. In the meantime, I'm going to close the transaction mode so that I can actually play this project again. Hey, I like this one, 300. Okay, I'm going to run this one. Okay, see if you can do the same thing. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just curious, do you feel confident enough to play the real game? Now that you hopefully more or less know how it works. Shall we give it a try? Yes, I see some faces saying yes. Okay, wonderful. I see Anna-Marie has raised the hand. Anna-Marie, can you
Yeah, I
say what
didn't
you like?
because I was so busy playing the game. I didn't get the how to trade.
Okay, yeah, good.
Yeah.
So Anna-Marie, what you do is you click on the person you would like to trade with. Yeah, and that means at the moment you do that, you will see that there is a small something appearing. It's either chat to the left or transact to the right. If you click on right, you're requesting this person to go in a transaction mode with you. Yeah, and when you are then, the person has to accept, and at the moment the other person accepts, you enter into a transaction mode, and then you can exchange time, money. You can exchange principles, project cards, whatever you like.
Okay, but what if I need something? Can I know if they have what I need? Like I need time. What if they also don't have time?
Then they are not the right person to be negotiating with. So maybe you go to the chat, the general chat, and you ask, who has time for me? Yes,
Okay.
or I need this. Or in the breakout rooms, maybe you can use your microphone and say, I need this. Can anyone help me?
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. Good. I think, Irina, I think we go to the breakout rooms and we're going to play 2 worlds. Is that okay?
Only 2 breakout rooms. Okay.
Yeah, because I think we are about 12 persons, so we can do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will arrange
So
for that
you will get new links. This game will be deleted. You will get new links, and I'm going to start the game as quickly as possible. And you will be playing about 25 minutes or 20 minutes rather to see how it works. Is that okay? I hope it is okay. If not, let me see how it works. Ladies and gentlemen, I have just deleted this world. So that means group 1 and group 2. You go to your breakout rooms, you will get new links, and I'm going to start the game as soon as possible.
Hi, Sam.
Yes.
We're using breakout room 1 and 2.
Yes.
Do you need me to go to any one of those?
Yeah. I would say that Rodé goes to 1 and you go to 2.
Okay. Hi, Sam. I guess we've been brought back to the main room.
Yes. Okay. Okay, welcome back. Everybody's back. Okay, good. My goodness, I hope you have enjoyed the game. First of all, I'm curious to find out how you're feeling now. That's a question that I'm having to you. And I would like to see if that's possible that you share in the chat box how you're feeling. I don't see anything yet coming. Okay. Okay. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to share with you. Let me see if I can manage to get this straight. Okay, maybe I just share with you. This is World Report Group number 1. Okay, I have to go back to you. First of all, this is group number 1. You can see that the world condition meter in terms of the economy is 7. In terms of the environment is 12. And in terms of the society, but this is group 2, sorry, I have to go.
Yeah,
group
I was
number
just
1.
about to say. This
Yeah,
was,
this is group number 1.
Yeah.
I go back, group number 1, they had the economy at 10, the environment at 6, and the society at 2. Now, okay, I'm going to show you in a while what that means. I'm not sure how many people actually have achieved their goals, but I think it's 1 or 2 out of 6 or 7. And normally we present that figure more precisely, but a few people only achieved their goal. This was group number 1. Group number 2 had 7 on the economy, 12 on the environment, and 0 on society. Okay, so what does that mean, actually? That means that for the economy, well, in both cases, the economy is not booming. But for group number 1, with 10 on the economy, it is healthy with some issues remaining, which means that the stock markets are rising, there's plenty of money going around, but still here and there are some offices that are empty and things could be better in terms of the economy. Yeah, group number 2, actually, the economy is quite depressed. You can see that many people are actually, suffering from the depressed economy, leading to all kinds of negative situations. It's not in crisis, but it's not going well. Group number 2, remember in 2021, when you started thinking really about the Sustainable Development Goals, you said, well, let us drastically reduce CO2 emissions. Let us try and reverse the loss of biodiversity. Hey, and group number 2, you did it. You did it. You turned the things around. The environment is great. Yeah, but hey, group number 1. Yeah, group number 1. Hey, serious issues remain. This is really not so good. Society. Both of you, society, are in a discord situation is quite negative. I think even the group with 0 on society and the environment at 12. Yeah, okay. So what is the cost of having actually made the environment turn around? Well, socially, maybe this had its downturn. Okay. So welcome in 2030. This is the outcome of your game. And plenty of people did not achieve their goals. So that is also an issue. If you think about Sustainable Development Goals as a set of goals with the principle also of leaving no one behind. Yeah, okay, so welcome in 2030. Reflection time, it is 17:12. I have one question to you, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And that is actually, how do you feel right now? Having listened to the World Report. So that's the first question. Maybe the second question immediately. What would you do differently if you had a second chance? And so 2 questions. How do you feel? And what would you do differently if you had the chance to do it all over again? Curious, please use the chat box and we'll use that later on also for reflecting together on what this game has meant on these European Development Days. Okay, I see a number of things appearing. Communication is important. Okay. Someone is feeling about ethical dilemmas that are there. How difficult it is to balance all the dimensions of the cards. Great. Chester says, I'm feeling like a businessman. Haha. Training and everything, but serious communication is really important in this game. Different resources, and when there are communication barriers, it's difficult to achieve something. Okay. It took time to get partnerships running. For the next time, look less at time, money needed, and will be focused on the areas of that my project will help. Okay, copy pasting again. Okay, good, thank you. Anything else that you would like to add to what has just been said?
Maybe, sorry, maybe the lesson of this play is for me, instead of try to achieve our goals, is to try to have a better world instead to achieve our own goal.
Yeah.
So maybe as a person, I lose my purpose right in a card, but in the end of the game, we have all achieved the goals of a better world if we had sacrificed our purpose. Maybe is this the lesson of this play?
Okay, so it is about balancing your own goals and the world goals, and maybe sacrificing your goal in order to be able to achieve world goals. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Others who would like to add to that?
Can I add something?
Yes, please. Mark?
Yeah, for me, again, communication is very important, and also we need to think that our goals is not just for ourselves, but it is meant to be collective.
Okay. Yeah. So think about the collective goals and the collective effort also in that regard. Wonderful. Yeah. Thank you. Anyone else?
When the society in our game reached to zero, we can run like projects for to increase society. So that reach like any projects, and so I think that we should really think collectively when we run our projects, and we should think about ourselves and the world also. Thank you.
Yeah, think about yourselves and the world and make that collective. Okay, thank you, Mark. That's a great point. Anyone else who would like to add? The chat box is still open. Yeah, would it be possible to have some materials about the game to read and get more information? Yes, that's possible. Yeah, you can always. I think you will be able to get information on us as the ones who have been doing this. So you can always approach us for more information about the game. So that's easy. So I'm going to write my email address for just in case as sb@mdf.nl. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. So I'm being reminded, Mara, you have your visual, maybe that you can share with the group. So Mara was. I have to look at the words again because it was very special. It was like a visual harvester. So you may not have noticed, but we had a visual harvester amongst us who was playing in the two games, but also at the same time not playing the game. I'm curious to find out what she has come up with. Mara, the floor is yours. Are you there? Okay. Great.
I wasn't able to capture enormous amounts of content because everybody was playing games basically, but I tried to catch some some of the issues and let's say the gist of the game.
Yeah, I love it, but I really love it. I think it's beautiful. Yeah, great. Yeah, wonderful. Okay. Thank you for this. Maybe for your information, usually the game takes 2.5 hours. And what we do is we have a second round. So the first round is actually, you will see that one way or another, you destroy the world in a way, and you draw your lessons learned, and then you can apply the lessons learned in the second chance world and see if that works better. And usually it does. So the idea is, of course, is that you realize what you also have said in your explanations and about how you feel about the game. And so if we only would have communicated better, or if we really would have balanced better our goals with the goals of the world, and or maybe sacrificed or done this or done that, then you would have created maybe a more balanced world, and maybe more people would have also achieved their individual goals. And usually what you see is that if you have better communication, better coordination, more transparency, and more sharing, that it will be possible to have more people achieving their personal goals, as well as having a more balanced world. Yeah, and that in itself is a very enriching experience, because you realize that you can make a difference, and that together you can make a difference. And it's about who you are, how you interact with the rest of the world. Okay, so having said all of that, I think it is time. Irina, are you there? Would you like to close, or how do we proceed from here?
No, we thank you everyone for joining us today. We will keep Sam here with us for the conclusions and for the interview that we need to prepare. The rest, we thank you very much for attending, and that is it for today.
I hope you have enjoyed it. Yeah, and please do not hesitate to approach us if you would like to know more. And thank you. See you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.